good day to our viewers and our listeners. Thank you for joining us today on WYTV7 Christian Broadcasting Network at a place called Through. Today, we're honored to have with us our guest is Ms. Wright, who will expound on you on personal development. Let me tell you, WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network, we're a nonprofit network where we share stories of real people sharing real life experiences to empower and encourage you. We'd like to encourage you today to make your donation to us to help continue with our mission of hope. Ms. Wright, again, I say to you, welcome. If you would share with our viewers and to our audience who you are and what you do.
Good afternoon and nice speaking with each and every last one of you. My name is ITT Walkby Wright. I am originally from Georgetown, South Carolina, but I live here in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I'm a motivational speaker. I am a personal and professional development coach. I'm a two-time author, and I'm also the founder of Enduring Community Center, which is a nonprofit here in Orangeburg that offers both personal and professional development services absolutely free for the underserved here in our community.
That's awesome. And, a lot of time the underserved areas are truly what they say underserved. So if you would tell us, how are you reaching some of the underserved areas in Orangeburg and the surrounding areas?
Well, social media is my best friend. For years, I have worked behind the scenes, offering information via blogs and just motivational posts. So over the years, I've realized that people right here in my community were suffering. They didn't know the next steps it would take to go to, let's say, return back to school, or they had a recent divorce and they didn't know what to do with their lives. So I started offering those services, again, online through social media and connecting with individuals right here in the community.
And so I do know that South Carolina State University is located in Orangeburg. Are any of the college students a part of your program at this point? Are you engaging any of them?
Well, I just recently did a partnership with Claflin University 2 weeks ago. And last year I did a partnership with USC, the College of Social Work, to really gather up the data, because we understand that there are people that's basically going through, but we have to have data to support the types of resources that we're offering in the community. So I am a graduate of South Carolina State University as well as Denmark Technical College. Both of my degrees are in biological sciences, which has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm doing today. But one of the things that I've been doing is reaching out to people that are not connected to universities, are not connected to a technical college. Most of these people have already been established well into life, and there are people that you see at your local grocery store, at Walmart, or just simply dropping off your children at school. So a lot of things are by word of mouth here. So I'm thankful for the upcoming partnership with Claflin University. And I also have a couple of interns from Claflin University as well.
And that would be my next question to you, because I know that you rely a lot on social media. And as you know, we're coming in an age, yes, we're social media, a lot of people are, but you still have that underserved population. They're not familiar with social media. So how are you going about to reach them to be a part of your program? And maybe there's something, as you said, this place called Through, where we're all going through something. So how do you reach that population who does not relate to social media?
So again, a lot of the people, believe it or not, are connected to some type of social media, whether they're young or old. There are people that's connected. Last week, I posted all of the services that I offer with my nonprofit organization. And one young lady in return shared it with someone that was 60 plus years old that wasn't even on social media. The thing is, reaching people is not always necessarily touching the one that is afflicted. Sometimes it's a daughter, it's a sister, it's a mother, a brother, a coworker, a neighbor that knows someone that can help someone. And then I also am looking into doing a lot of organizational community events. And one of the things that I want people to really, really understand is, even though I offer free resources, I look for you to engage. I look for you to spread that word at a local church. I look for you to tell your neighbor. We do have a lot of ground runners too, people that are really acclimated with the community, that has been dropping off flyers, putting them in mailbox, and being a spokesperson for Enduring Community Center at their church and at their community. So this has been really great and engaging. I do have an article that's going to be coming up with the Times and Democrat. That's our local newspaper here. That's also going to be an opportunity to let people know, okay, she's here, she's offering up these resources. Let's see how you can get in and get the help. But again, the number one focus is word of mouth. A lot of people, again, like you mentioned, don't have social media, but there's somebody that's connected to them that has social media.
And when I speak of people who are not connected to social media, I really focus in on the elderly or the seniors. And it's good that you said that you have leg runners so that that word can flow through to them. And in the area that I reside in, we have this once a week newspaper. And so a lot of people, even though it's just a weekly paper, they don't even pick up the paper from the local newsstands. So engaging people to read more is a part of your program, is what I'm understanding as well, in order for them to be able to get, I'm sure, your flyers that you are distributing into the churches, into the schools, etc.
A lot of times people aren't reading.
True.
A lot of times people are not focusing on literature and brochures. We see it every day. We have magazines, literature, brochures in our actual doctor offices. Again, we have created a strong community partnership with doctors, with social workers, because most of the services that I offer is case management. So they in turn connect with individuals. For example, if someone goes into a doctor office, they may not read the brochure that's sitting there, but the doctor is familiar with ITT and offers them up with a referral, or let them know, okay, you need to connect with Miss Wright. So it is no right or wrong way. I do believe in divine connection. So if someone happens to fall into in my hands, that's because they were meant to be there. We don't go out into the community a lot. We go into the community, but a lot of our resources are not catered to individuals that has absolutely nothing. We do have our local, what is it called? Our local housing authority agencies that helps people that has absolutely nothing, and we connect with them. But the most important thing is that we connect with other organizations here in the community and exchange referrals that way. That's how I've been getting most of my referrals also, is connecting with different other organizations, building those partnerships, writing and signing those MOAs that in turns, I can't be everywhere, but someone again can be somewhere and know that I offer those services. So the services that we offer is, for example, someone wants to write a book. Being that I've written 2 books and working on 2 more books to publish out this year, I showed them how to do that. Or if someone wants to go back to school, I showed them how to go back to school, being that I just graduated with my master's last year online. So we offer personal and professional development resources, meaning that you have to be a particular borderline to get those type of resources. So if you're homeless, you're not worrying about writing a book. But if you're in the middle class, you're a single mom, for example, you have 4 kids, all of your time goes towards your children and making ends meet, you're not going to have the funds to pay for a writer's workshop. So those are the type of services that we offer here.
Can you share with our viewers and our listeners maybe an example of someone that you have helped in your community through the personal or professional development?
Well, last year we helped this young woman. She wanted to write a book. Again, she's a single mother of 3. She worked at a local plant here. And she said that she's always wanted to share her story, but she felt that she needed XY amount of dollars to start. And I said, no. Do you have a computer? And she said, yes. So I brought her here to the organization. We set up a timeline of how she can start from beginning to end. I connected her with individuals that did her book cover along with an editor. And this year, January 3rd, of this year, 2020, she is officially on book tour. And then we also have another young man that wanted to go back to school. And we helped him and connected him with OC Technical College, and he will be graduating shortly with his CDL license because he knew that he needed more funds. Those are the type of services that we offer. So when he came in initially, we helped him with job interviewing skills. We updated his resume, and we even went to J.C. Penney and helped him pick out an outfit that was less than $50. The $50 was donated to our organization online through Facebook. I simply said that I have a young man that is going to be going to an interview on such and such a date. We need funds to get him an outfit. And within 30 minutes, I received that $50 online through PayPal. We went directly to JCPenney, picked him out an outfit. He went and did that interview. Again, we helped him with his interviewing skills, and he walked away not knowing if he was going to have the job. He called me and said, I don't think I did a good job on the interview. I know you taught me XYZ. And I was encouraging him, motivating him, because a lot of times we don't have that within our household. So I encouraged him, motivated him, and he told me, this is what he said. Hold on for a moment. I have another call coming in. So I sat there, and it was roughly about 4 or 3 minutes. And I was like, okay, I'm about to hang up. You don't put no one on hold that's encouraging and motivating you. He jumped back on and said, Miss TT, I got the job. And I said,
Awesome.
See what I was telling you? So those are the type of situations that we help people with. And then we also had a young lady from South Carolina State University. Her parents was barely helping her to go to school. She's a biology major. I fell in love with her because I was a biology major. I worked when I was going to South Carolina State, but the way her schedule was, it was preventing her from working. She didn't have the basic necessities such as soap, toiletries, and female products. Again, I went on social media, posted that I'm trying to help this young lady, and we were able to provide her with not only a semester worth of toiletries, but she still has toiletries up until this day. When she came back to school, returned to school in January, I reached out to her. I said, is there anything that you need? She said, I still have soap from last year when I called you. Those are the type of things that we offer up. We don't normally give out checks or give out funds, but we do try to meet you where you are and then try to figure out what we can do next so you don't fall back into that same routine.
And that's good, because you don't, like you said, you don't want them to fall back into where they just came from. And you mentioned, I know that you did get a lot of support from various stores, particularly you mentioned JCPenney. How is your program funded?
Basically, right now, everything for Enduring Community Center initially started with my funds. Now, what I did was I went and got the 501c3. I had a young lady that helped me complete the documents. And I paid for that to get the tax exempt organization. And then from that point moving forward, it was my funds. Now, I know people say, well, there's grants out there. Well, grants don't automatically fall into your lap, and grants are very competitive nowadays. So I host many events here in Orangeburg where I charge a fee, and I use those funds in return into the nonprofit. So a couple of years ago, last year, for example, I hosted the Leaders Conference, and all of the funds from the Leaders Conference didn't go into my pocket. It went back into Enduring Community Center. And with those funds, we were able to get a laptop. We were able to furnish, this is Enduring Community Center, which I sit. And I was able to lease an office space, had a ribbon cutting ceremony last year through the Orangeburg Chamber of Commerce. So I host a lot of events that offers resources, not necessarily for the underserved, but offers resources for individuals that are seeking it. And then we flip it and bring it back into the Enduring Community Center. So I have an LLC, which is Endure the Extreme. So when I go speak on different platforms, or when I sell books on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, a percentage of those funds go into Enduring Community Center. And just recently, we are also working on several grants.
Yes, as you stated, grants are very competitive, and a lot of times they're very challenging to acquire because of that competition. The people in your program, your success stories, how do you put them back into your program to help someone else?
What I do about what I really noticed over the years is a lot of time success stories should remain secretive. I don't ever promote success stories because a lot of times when people come to you looking for a way out, they don't want their story out there. They don't want people to know what they were going through because a lot of people walk around with a mask on. When I was going through depression back in 2014, I did not want everybody to know that I was going through depression. It wasn't until 2018 that I shared my story as to why I am the person today. The success stories have only been documented in the latest grants that we have been working on. Some people share it with on their platforms or share it with their family and friends, but at Enduring Community Center, we offer privacy. Okay, there's no need for us to post a picture or a testimony. We don't believe in that. I personally don't believe in that. If they want to share it, perfectly fine.
Mhm.
You know, I gain the individuals that I work with on what I've been through. I give them my story. I give them my story of when I had 2 blood clots in my lungs and passed out at work. I gave them my story. I gave them my story when I was going through depression and had to be on antidepressants. I gave them my story when I struggled with self-esteem. I give them my story when I was arrested back in 1997. I give people my transparency so that they can understand. Sometimes all of those testimonies are just a testimony. I give them real live in the flesh. It's not too many things that people can come to me about that I haven't endured. So I open myself up, my story, my life is my testimony that I provide for them. I don't ever utilize my clients' testimonies unless they want to share.
Yeah, and we wouldn't, not saying that you would unless, because you do have to have their permission. But my testimony would be to encourage someone else, to inspire them, because I'm having a moment, and maybe you may have gone through the same situation I have. But when we come together, there's power, there's strength to help each other and to help someone else. So that's why my question to you would be, how would your successes help to empower and encourage someone else? And as you said, you use yourself as that motivational person. I know that a lot of nonprofits, just unless you do go through that confidentiality, you have no rights to them. But to encourage and to inspire that sister, that brother, that family is what we aspire to do. On a place called Through, we want to encourage each other to build up those bridges, because a lot of times when those gaps are there, we don't know where to turn to.
Mhm.
So we look for the strength that can come from people as yourself to help somebody else. And we do know that your program is reaching the masses of people. And I understand that you do have another conference coming up. Before we reach our closing point, if you would briefly just share with us, Ms. Wright, a little bit about your conference, the expectations, and how our viewers and our audience can reach out to you to register for your conference.
All right. Well, the conference is again called the Leaders Conference. Just about everything that I do have the word leader attached to it because we all are a leader in our own birthright. The conference is here in Orangeburg, South Carolina at Orangeburg Calhoun Technical College, March 12th, 13th, and 14th. All of the information is on my website, www.extremeitt.com. Now, what are we offering? We are offering credit restoration. We are offering individuals that wants to be a homeowner. We're offering them that. If you want to write a book, we're offering you that. If you need to heal from past pains and hurts, we're offering you that. We have 21 amazing influencers that are coming in from various areas. We have someone coming in from Canada, Oklahoma, Utah, Ohio. We have some South Carolinians, Florida, Alabama, an amazing lineup of individuals that will help people create a plan of action. The tickets are less than $100, and the proceeds, again, goes towards Enduring Community Center. So with that being said, the basis of it is to kick off 2020 and to eliminate and eradicate generational curses. But this platform is a multicultural platform. We have African American influencers, Caucasian influencers. We have males and females. We have authors. We have social workers. We have life coaches, all in one area in one particular weekend. And individuals can receive those resources. You're going to have a great time. We have a DJ, but the point of it is creating a strategy. Many people need to know how to start. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and that's what we're offering. We have breakout sessions where people will go and sit with individual influencers, and we're going to tell you, you want to go back to school, this is what you need to do. We're going to have our laptops there. This is what you need to do. We even have social media marketing. We have, if you want to start a business, we have all of those things. Thursday is a half a day. Friday is 9:55, and we kick off with the mayor of Orangeburg coming in to welcome everyone. And it's from 9:55 a.m. until 5:15. And then at the close of the day, you don't have to go home. All of the influencers are going to go out to eat in Orangeburg. Come sit with us and ask us questions. We have the answers, tips, tools, and resources so that you can live in the level of success that you're seeking.
And is there a phone number or an email that our viewers or listeners can reach you at for this conference if they would like to register?
Yes, they can contact me personally. I'm the host and producer of the Leaders Conference. My cell phone number is 803-308-0765. And they can email me at otitiw@gmail.com. We have closed off the ambassadors along with the vendors. But if you want to come in and be a participant, all of the information, the agenda from day to day to day is on the website.
And the name of the conference in closing?
The Leaders Conference.
You've heard it from Ms. Wright. Thank you for being our guest today. We're just about out of time, and we hope and pray that your conference, we know that it's going to be a success. And to our viewers and our listeners, please go. Take the information, share it with someone else. Encourage yourself, encourage someone else. I've been your host today on WYTV7, A Place Called Through, and WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network. I am Patricia Wade Goings. I am also the author of Willpower, The Call to Rise Above. If you'd like to be my guest on A Place Called Through, you may do so by reaching me in area code of 843-608-9744. via email at pgoingswp@gmail.com. You can also follow us at WYTV7.org to make your charitable donation and to follow our broadcasters. Again, we say thank you for being our guest. Have a wonderfully blessed day.